Everyone, in this video lecture, I am Mr. V.D. Jadhav from Department of Chemistry, KTHM College, Nasik 2. Student, in this video lecture, we are going to discuss introduction of dissolution studies, that is chapter 4 in our subject analytical method development and extraction technique, section 1, CHA 390, subject CHA 391. We are going to discuss introduction of dissolution studies, the dissolution test, apparatus, USP type 1 apparatus, USP type 2 apparatus, USP type 3 apparatus, USP type 4 and USP types 5, 6 and 7. This is first video lecture of chapter 4, specific methods and applications, that is in that dissolution studies. In the last lecture, we have seen overview of worldwide regulations. Let us start our today's topics. First, upon introduction of dissolution studies. Dissolution testing monitors the rate at which a solid or semi-solid pharmaceutical dosage forms releases the active ingredients into the liquid medium under standardized condition of liquid-solid interface, temperature and media composition. Scientists have been conducting dissolution studies for many years. However, it was not until 1970 that dissolution testing was officially recognized as a product quality indicator when it was incorporated into 12 monographs in the United States Pharmacopoeia and National Formulary USP NF, United States Pharmacopoeia National Formulary, USP 18 National Formulary 13.1. In the current US Pharmacopoeial edition, USP 23 National Formulary 18, nearly all solid dosage for monographs include a dissolution test. Dissolution tests are defined as category 3rd by the USP, that is analytical method for the determination of performance characteristics. In spite of the now general acceptance of dissolution testing of pharmaceutical products as a standard practice, the value of the dissolution test as applied to pharmaceutical remains a topic of much discussion and controversy among pharmaceutical scientists. Investigators have for many years attempted to justify dissolution testing on in vitro, in vivo corrections but have met with only moderate success. However, when dissolution is the rate limiting factor in the absorption of the drug, a rank order correlation between dissolution rate and bioavailability often can confirm bioequivalency among product batches. Dissolution testing is primarily used in industry as a quality control tool to monitor the formulation and manufacturing process of the dosage forms. Dissolution is considered by most regulatory agencies as a highly critical quality characteristic for most solid dosage forms. It is not the primary intent of this chapter to discuss in detail the theory and development of dissolution test, but rather the validation exercise. For a complete and excellent discussion on the theory of dissolution as it relates to dosage forms and bioavailability characteristics, the reader is referred to a book compiled by Abdou in order to validate a dissolution method. However, it is important to have a good understanding of the theory of dissolution and the roles of the key parameters of a dissolution test. A complete dissolution validation package would consider at a minimum the dissolution apparatus used, calibration requirements, and any appropriate governmental or regulatory guidelines. Therefore, it is important to address these issues here in the context of dissolution test validation. The dissolution test. In order for dissolution test to demonstrate the unique dissolution characteristics of the dosage forms, the dissolution procedure should be based on the physical and chemical properties of the drug substance as well as the dosage forms characteristics. Some of the physical chemical properties of the drug substance which influence the dissolution characteristics are solubility in water and other solvents, effect of pH on solubility ionization constants, solution stability, particle size, surface area, crystal forms, common ion effects, ionic strength, buffer effects, octanol water partition coefficient, and effect of temperature on solubility. Once the drug substance properties have been determined, the actual dosage forms needs to be considered. For example, is the dosage form a tablet, capsule, semi-solid, ointment or cream, or transdermal, and is the dosage form designed for immediate release or controlled release of the drug product. Of key importance is the potency of the dosage forms or the amount of drug to be delivered and the rate at which the drug is to be delivered. This relates directly to the mathematical expression of dissolution rate, which is defined by the Navier-Whitney equation. dW upon dt is equal to small k1 s small k1 into s in bracket c saturated minus c solution, where dW upon dt is equal to the dissolution rate. Small k1 is a dissolution constant. Capital C saturated is the concentration of a saturated solution. Capital C solution is the concentration of the solution at any given time, and capital S is equal to the surface area of the solid. This is equation 7.1. In vivo, the gastrointestinal tract acts as a natural sink, that is, the drug is absorbed as it dissolves. In vitro, sink conditions are simulated by using either a large volume of dissolution medium or by replenishing the medium with fresh solvent at a specific rate. By keeping the volume of dissolution medium at least 5 to 10 times greater than the saturation volume, sink conditions are approximated. When sink conditions are achieved, C saturated concentration of saturated solution is greater than concentration of solution at any given time. The equation simplifies to dW upon dt into K2 small k2 into S, where dW upon dt is equal to the dissolution rate, small k2 is equal to a dissolution constant, and capital S is equal to the surface area of the solid. In this case, the dissolution rate is characteristic of the release of active ingredient from the dosage form rather than the solubility in the dissolution medium. Therefore, sink conditions are one of the main experimental parameters to be controlled in dissolution testing. Sink conditions can be achieved by the appropriate selection of the dissolution apparatus and dissolution medium based on drug substance and dosage forms characteristics. The appropriate dissolution apparatus should be selected. Next, apparatus for dissolution test to be used universally to control the consistency of the pharmaceutical dosage forms, some controls must be placed on the type of apparatus used. The USP 18 and National Formulary 14 describe only three types of apparatus, but more recent developments in dissolution testing have resulted in 7 types of apparatus approved for use in the USP 23, National Formulary 18. USP apparatus type 1 and type 2 are by far the most frequently used for immediate release and most sustained release dosage forms. These types of these types are described in some details below. USP type 4 is used rather infrequently in the United States but finds more use in the European community. USP types 3, 5, 6 and 7 are much less frequently used, and only a brief description is given below. Compendia other than the USP, for example, the Pharmacopoeia of Japan, the British Pharmacopoeia BP, and the European Pharmacopoeia EP, all contain the same basic type 1 and type 2 dissolution equipment as described in the USP. The British Pharmacopoeia and European Pharmacopoeia also includes a flow-through apparatus identical to the USP type 4 apparatus. USP type 1, this apparatus shown in figure 7.1 consists of a covered vessel of specified shape and dimension and capacity of 1000 ml. A metallic shaft, this is metallic shaft, one end of which attaches to a motor, and a cylindrical metallic mesh basket that attaches to the opposite end of the shaft. The dosage form is placed inside of the basket, and the basket assembly is immersed in the dissolution vessel containing a nominal volume of dissolution medium and rotated at a specified speed. Here, USP apparatus 1 rotating basket reproduced with permission of Royal Henson in this standard 40 mesh stainless 900 ml volume. Here modification 10 to 100 mesh 100 to 4000 ml volume, basket dimension suppository 3.2 mm, slides, pH change during test, surfactant in media. Useful for solids, floaters, beds, modified release. This is dosage forms. This is USP type 1 apparatus. USP Type 2 apparatus. The USP Type 2 is currently the most frequently used apparatus for all solid dosage forms. The dissolution vessel used with the apparatus is the same as for the USP Type 1 apparatus. However, the basket assembly is replaced by a paddle of specified dimensions shown schematically in Figure 2. With this apparatus, the dosage forms is dropped directly into the vessel containing the dissolution medium and allowed to sink to the bottom. The paddle is then rotated at a specified speed but can be immersed in the vessel when the dosage forms is dropped as long as the rotation device is switched off, which is the common industry practice. The USP specifies to place the dosage forms in the apparatus and immediately operate at a specified speed. The USP does not state whether the paddle, this is paddle and this is dosage forms. The USP does not state whether the paddle can or cannot be immersed prior to the addition of the dosage forms. Only that the rotation be started after the dosage forms has been added. Here standard Teflon or stainless 900 ml volume wire sinker for floaters. This is modifications 100 to 4000 ml volume. Surfactant in media pH change apparatus 5, useful for solid modified release as apparatus 5, paddle over this, and this is transdermal patch. This is useful for solids modified dosage, paddle over this as apparatus 5 and transdermal patch. USP Type 3 apparatus. The USP Type 3 apparatus finds its primary use in extended release formulations. Although it is not used extensively, it consists of a cylinder with a screen on one end that contains the dosage forms and a larger glass cylinder into which the dissolution medium is placed. The dosage forms containing cylinder is immersed in the dissolution medium and agitated with vertical strokes. This is collect samples, this flow, dosage forms, filter, this is pump and media source. Useful for low solubility drugs, rapid degradation, media pH change. Variations, size, flow rate, filter, open close system. USP apparatus 4 flow through cell. This is reproduced by permission of Royal Hansen. Next, USP type 4. This figure 7.3 shows a schematic diagram of USP apparatus 4. This apparatus consists of a flow-through cell into which the dosage form is placed. Dissolution medium is continually pumped through the flow cell and the effluent analyzed for drug content. This apparatus finds its greatest utility in the testing of poorly soluble drugs, as sink conditions can be maintained by continually passing fresh dissolution fluid over the dosage unit. This apparatus finds more widespread use in Europe than elsewhere. Next, USP types 5, 6 and 7. The USP types 5, 6 and 7 systems are all used in the testing of transdermal dosage forms. USP type 5 is a modification of the type 2 system and uses a rotating paddle over a disk assembly. The USB Type 6 uses the same assembly as Type 1 with the transdermal dosage forms attached to the bottom of the shaft. The USB Type 7 apparatus consists of a reciprocating disc assembly whereby the dosage forms is placed on a cylinder and vertically reciprocated in dissolution medium. This is overall dissolution introduction, then apparatus in that USB Type 1, USB Type 2, USB Type 3 and USB Type 4, 5, 6 and 7. Dissolution, apparatus and introduction. Thank you.